Alright, so my first move is called KPAX. It was explained in this booklet, Rectangular Thoughts, and it's based off of Tobias' bracket cut. So it's sort of a 3-packet version of the bracket cut, and it actually, I think it happened by accident actually, that I placed an extra packet in between the two. And I think the coolest thing is probably the movement of the packet around the thumb. Like towards the end, it actually moves around the thumb and gets placed in between the other 2 packets. I think it's so satisfying when it actually works, but it's a knacky move. Anyways, let's take a look at KPAX. Okay, there are 2 different ways of getting into KPAX. One of them is just a simple method where you flip over a small packet on top, then split the base packet like so, and let this packet rest on the pinky here. Then you grab it towards the short edge here and let it fall onto the other, to the base packet here. And then you can go into KPAX as normal. Now the complex opener is a bit more tricky, obviously. You get into, or you split the packet in 2, the deck in 2, like so, and then place your thumb out here towards this corner. So it shouldn't be down here, it should be up here. And then you use your index finger to split that packet in 2. And you want to make sure that this packet is a bit smaller than this one and this one. So this is the smallest one. And then you move your index finger from out here to here, and then you are actually just gonna push in with the index finger, and that'll make that packet rotate around this face down one, and you're actually using this face down one as a guide, or you actually using both of the face down packets as guides. And now it can slide on the nail of the index finger until it gets to here, and it's resting on the pinky finger like so. And now every time you want to get into the main KPAX move, you want to make sure that you rest your hand like so, or at least move it to this position, so that these 2 packets are aligning. And for example, if they're positioned like so, and you rest, or you position your hand like this, they'll align, and then you're ready to get into the actual KPAX move. And to do that, you want to execute a bracket cut by Tobias, and you can learn that in our bundle shuffle play. And that move is basically just goes from here, and then you use sort of the middle finger and the index finger, push down with the index finger. And for KPAX, you actually want to maintain the grip with your ring finger here, so that this packet doesn't fall out. So you push down with the index finger until the face-up packet begins to touch the thumb here, this part of the thumb underneath. And if you continue to press upwards with the ring finger and middle finger, the face-up packet will turn face down and land underneath this previous base packet. So now you're in this position, and if you do it correctly, the 2 packets will align almost perfectly. And then you're in this grip, and you just close by pushing in with the index finger and connecting the thumb and the index finger, and that'll place that bigger packet on top of the deck. And that's how you do KPAX. Now, some important things to think about when you do KPAX. One of them is obviously, like I talked about before, when you're here, when you flipped over this packet and it's in between the face down packets, it's very important to align these two down here between the ring finger and pinky finger. And the way you do that is, like I said, just by moving your hand this way, and that'll align them. And now when you're getting into the actual flip, one thing that's very important is that this packet, the face up here, the 9 of hearts packet, isn't positioned out here, because that'll make it almost impossible to actually do the flip. You want to make sure that it really, like these two packets are completely aligned, so that the flip is actually doable. Now you want to rely a little bit of gravity when you get to the actual flip. If you do it a little bit faster than a normal bracket cut, it'll be a lot easier. So you will rely on gravity like so. And now when you're here, the bottom packet here is actually sliding on the nail. That's also quite important to notice. And it just goes on top like so. And those are some pointers on KPAX.